Last year I made a video about creating a custom battery pack for my Radon Swoop Enduro mountain bike, and then many of you asked for a follow-up, which I promised I never did, so this is the follow-up. So the battery is in 16S8P configuration, making it a 59.2 volt battery pack. With the max charge it will have 67.2 volts, and on the minimum it will be 49.6 volts. I chose Samsung 30Q cells, which each of them have 3000 milliamp hours, and altogether they make 24 amp hour battery pack. And all of these cells together cost me 611 euros. I don't know what to update, so this will be a really short video. So my battery pack is still working. Maybe a few words. I am overall riding around 40 kilometers per hour, 35 on average, including some stops. So the battery pack has worked really well until now. There are a few things I want to upgrade. A few mistakes I made. As you can probably see here, the paint has been scratched from the frame here. The battery is cold inside. I never managed to overheat it even going full power. In actual fact, this is where you can see that temperature sensor show 33 degrees, and this is after riding full throttle for more than half an hour in a day of 28 degrees Celsius outside. So probably the hottest day in Denmark you can get. And as you can see, the BMS was live for 483 days now, and the cell balance is still really great. So I think I did everything right with the spot welding. The controller is here. This thing gets warm, and I don't want to cover it with anything because it's probably the warmest part, maybe except the motor. So this is the old good Bafang with 160 Newton meters. It's like 4 years old. I'm running up to 2.7 kilowatts through it. I don't ride faster than 60 kilometers per hour on this bike. Alright, so improvement points. I didn't put any on-off switch. I want an on-off switch. I don't like it without an on-off switch because I have to literally, when I want to turn it off or disconnect, I can't do it quickly. So I need to, pull like this joint, which holds really well. So it's not that easy, it's not that simple. The other thing I don't like is all this cabling, so I want to do some cover, make it a bit nicer, clean it up. I put it temporary here and then it stayed. That's more or less it. As you can see, as the battery has been like squished, the sides became wider. This part came together. Doesn't cause any issues. It's still very, very firm in place. You can't really shake it or move it. So from that point of view, it's good. And one more thing that I don't really enjoy that much now is that the bike is now absolutely heavy overall. It's super heavy bike. So all this weight here, it's a huge battery pack. Can't remember now, but I think it's like 109 cells plus BMS and so on. So it's really heavy. It affected a lot my wheelies. I can't wheelie as well anymore as I could do before. And yeah, overall, jumpings, riding trails, it's a really heavy bike now to throw around. So that suffered a bit, probably a bit more than I expected or than I anticipated. At the same time, my lower back is not doing that great for really riding bikes rough, and I'm doing more sailing, windsurfing, kitesurfing and so on than riding a bike. So this is more or less my touring bike now for the gravel roads, and I do from time to time longer trips. As my pedal assist works and both my throttle works, I'm enjoying this a lot. I enjoy riding it at 50-60 kilometers per hour on pretty flattish trails, having some fun. Yeah, so here is the update for you, and I might do another promise now, when I fix the on-off button and wiring and maybe a few other mistakes, or when I make another battery pack for another guy. Thanks for watching, see you in the next one.